After thinking it over for some time, Harold decided to go for a walk in the moonlight. There wasn't any moon, and Harold needed a moon for a walk in the moonlight. It turned out to be an apple tree. The apples would be very tasty, Harold thought, when they all got red. So he put a frightening dragon under the tree to guard the apples. It was a terribly frightening dragon. It even frightened Harold. He backed away. His hand holding the purple crayon shook. Suddenly he realized what was happening, but by then Harold was in over his head in the ocean. He came up thinking fast, and in no time he was climbing aboard a trim little boat. He quickly set sail, and the moon sailed along with him. The sandy beach reminded Harold of picnics, and he thought of picnics, and that made him hungry. So he laid out a nice, simple picnic lunch. There was nothing but pie, but there were all 9 kinds of pie that Harold liked best. When Harold finished his picnic, there was quite a lot left. He hated to see so much delicious pie go to waste. You're making me laugh.
Keep going, keep going.
So Harold left a very hungry moose and a deserving porcupine to finish it up. And off he went, looking for a hill to climb to see where he was. Harold knew the higher up he went, the farther he could see. So he decided to make a hill into a mountain. If he went high enough, he thought, he could see the bedroom window. He was tired, and he felt he ought to be getting into bed. He hoped he could see his bedroom window from the top of the mountain. But as he looked down over the other side, he slipped, and there wasn't any other side of the mountain. He was falling into thin air. But luckily, he kept his wits and his purple crayon. He made a balloon, and he grabbed onto it. And he made a basket under the balloon, tall enough to stand in. And then he went to his window, and he remembered where his bedroom window was, because there was the moon. It was always right around the moon. And then Harold made his bed. He got in it and drew up the covers. The purple crayon dropped on the floor, and Harold dropped off to sleep.
Uptown girl. She's been living in her white bread world. I bet she's never had a backstreet guy. I bet her mama never told her why. I'm gonna try for an uptown girl. She's been living in her white bread world as long as anyone with hot blood can. And now she's looking for a downtown man. That's what I am. And when she knows what she wants from her tie-yi-yime, and when she wakes up and makes up her my-yi-yi, she'll see I'm not so tough, just because I'm in love with an uptown girl.
So I just saw the funniest, I just read the funniest comic. Okay, so it was Calvin and Hobbes, and Calvin, he was swinging, he was like, wee, 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 and there was no one else in the scene, it was just Calvin. Calvin's a kid, yeah, Calvin, and he like decides that he decided that he wanted to jump off, and I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea, Calvin, because like you might get hurt. But anyway, so I moved on to the next square, and Calvin decided to jump, and then he was like, woo, and then it totally failed, and he was like suspended in space, and he kind of went, and And I went, I don't know what's going on. I'm assuming that this is a failed thing. And then I went to the last square to find out what happened because I was so confused. And I really wanted to know like if he was hurt or something. And he goes, Houston, we have a negative on that object trajectory. And then I died. It was so funny. And I was like, oh, Calvin, you slay me every time.